This podcast is to talk about the trauma that scam victims have to face. Let's start with this story over here. This guy, age 43, has lost $500,000. On the date of the scam, he was overseas. And that's why it was believable, at least on his part, to think that some of his credit card transactions did not go through. And when he received the phishing SMS, he did not suspect anything further. The SMS actually led him to a phishing website that looked exactly like the OCBC one. And once there, he actually shared his login ID and his one-time password. Because he was in a country that was in a different time zone, the next morning when he woke up, he saw a chain of SMSes that have mentioned that he has increased his payment limit, added new payees, did multiple transactions ranging from 17 to 50,000. And because he was asleep at that point of time, all this had been completed without him knowing. Needless to say, when he woke up the next morning, his world spun upside down. He has actually worked for 20 years as a civil servant to save up this $500,000. And ever since young, he's been a hardworking, frugal person that practiced saving hard for his own retirement. And right now, this retirement fund is wiped out. And to think about it, this was all completed within 2 hours while he was on a holiday. This scam has led him and his wife to become severely affected mentally and emotionally. Both of them have lapsed into depression. Whenever they talk about a scam, they end up quarreling. Thinking about it has brought tears to him, and the media coverage of this scam and any mention of OCBC has induced trauma. The main thing is he left with he's not too sure if he would be happy again. Now, losing money to scammers is one of the most enraging and frustrating things because you don't even know who did that to you. And no one likes to get cheated. The problem is it always feels that it could have been prevented. That's why we have to have this podcast. I read around for the best material to help anyone who is scammed. And the best I found suggested that whenever talking about this event, it's best not to focus on negative self-talk. If not, it would snowball into something terrible. It's best to practice switching the train of thought to something more positive and forgive yourself for making such a mistake. Forgiveness is one of the key cornerstones to starting this healing process. And for anyone who knows of a scam victim, it's important to listen and empathize without any judgment. Offer a shoulder to cry on. The trauma of taking 20 years to build up something and yet losing it in a span of 2 hours is something that is very damaging psychologically. The fears, the uncertainty would eat anyone alive. And when we associate this amount lost to the amount of time needed to put in that hard work, it is even more awful a feeling to have. And most importantly, remind the person who is scammed that they are not stupid. These scammers are extremely good at what they are doing, and anybody can be careless at a certain point of time. In this story, this person was overseas, which makes it all the more unsuspecting that transactions have been blocked. That's why he has to log in. For anyone that's looking at this story that's unfolding in OCBC, it is a good reminder that while Singapore is a place with low crime rates, international or internet scams can still touch us. We cannot let our guards down. We need to educate ourselves. And you think about it, when we share a bank account with a spouse or a child or a parent, anyone who is going to press on that phishing link can become a weak link to this whole scam. Educate them also. Make sure that they are aware of what are the threats on the internet. And with that, I'd like to introduce you to a full tutorial I've done on how to educate yourself a bit better against phishing scams. Check out this video which I have on the main channel, and I'll see you in the next podcast. Stay safe, take care, and goodbye.